Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying with Jim Misiura. Today I'm going to tie a gold nugget mayfly nymph. The hook I have in the vise is a Scud hook, and this is a size 12. And the bead is a lively Legz down and dirty gold 3mm. I'm going to start off by putting just a little bit extra weight on there. Tungsten really gets it down, but I like to have a little extra weight just so when I hit deeper holes I don't need to add any split shot to the leader. This is 15 thousandths, and I put about 10 or 12 wraps on there, push that up into the bead, and then just get rid of the excess. I'm going to use yellow thread. This is like 6/0 thread. I'm going to start that thread behind the lead wraps, and we're going to secure the lead wraps, and I'm going to bring my thread down around the bend slightly. Now for a tail I'm going to use golden pheasant crest. For some reason it seems like that yellow tail is a pretty good producer. That yellow tail sets them off. I'm going to make this tail about 2/3 to 3/4 the length of the hook shank. I'm going to secure that, remove the excess. Now I'm going to tie in the rib, and the rib, this is fine black wire. It's not extra fine, it's just fine. I'm going to tie that in with the butt of the wire up to the lead wraps. That way you won't make any excess bulk. And we're going to go ahead and secure that. Bring our thread right up to the bead. For the legs, I'm going to use lively Legz. These are small 12, 14, 14, 12 yellow legs from livelylegz.com. I have one out, and here's the leg. I'm going to trim off a bit of that tab on the front. The front legs are the 90-degree legs. I'm going to trim off a bit of that tab. And you want that tab, you want to leave a little bit of that tab, but that tab is what is going to be my, so I know where to tie it in at. I'll butt that tab up to the bead. I'm going to turn it around, and this hook is too small for 3 sets of legs. So I'm going to go ahead and trim off the back set. And that back set I try to trim about in the middle, so you have a little bit of a tab here, because after you make several you'll have all of these single legs, and you could actually tie them on singly. Tie on a pair of those, 2 of them. Going to take the legs, hold them to my side a little bit, and I take that tab and basically butt that tab up to the bead and start to tie it on right there. And then you can see those, when you start the legs, holding them a little bit towards your side or towards the close side, they'll end up right on top. Go ahead and put several wraps in the middle, and then catch that little piece of tab behind them. I hold the leg, the closer leg, a little bit towards me when I get that last one on so it doesn't carry it to the other side. Then we're going to go ahead and bring that thread down. Now you can make this one of two ways. You can go ahead and use this and make a thread abdomen, but I'm going to go ahead and use the dubbing. And this dubbing I'm going to use is wool roving. It's kind of orange, but when you put it on really thin, it's yellow. So we're going to make a skinny noodle. When you pull dubbing, I believe you have heard me say it before, when you pull dubbing, the amount that you pull out should kind of float in the air. That's how little of amount that you should pull out. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this. Use my rotating vise so I can see all the way around. This is my Pueblo vise. We're going to stop there right behind the back legs, and we're going to wrap the rib. Going to lift that tail up and get that rib underneath the tail. That kind of lifts the tail some. And then we're going to palmer this forward. Palmering being open spaces. And I'm going to tie that off in between the first and second tail. It's going to all get covered over, but that's a good spot to tie it off at. Go ahead and helicopter that wire off. And we're going to bring the wing back, and I'm going to bring that wing right in back of that legs. Now for the wing case, I'm going to use turkey tail. And you cut these about 1/4 to 3/8 depending on the size of your fly you're making. Tying it in by the tip, but this is the second one I'm tying from this section of turkey tail. Go ahead and tie that down. Get that thread back right behind those second legs. Then we're going to dub the thorax, the same dubbing. Said you could use a golden yellow dubbing. Golden yellow rabbit hare's mask would be nice on this. And this dubbed area, you want it thicker because the thoraxes are all thicker or fatter on mayflies. But I'm saying it's a mayfly, but who knows what the fish think it is as long as they eat it. Gonna go ahead and wrap this. I'm gonna give it one wrap in back of those legs, and then we're going to always look at the bottom because the bottom is what's going to be exposed. It doesn't matter as much what it looks like on the top because you're going to pull that wing case. Slide this dubbing up there a little bit. There we go. Get a couple of wraps in front. Finish it rubbing the bead, and that thread will get real nice and close to the bead. Now we're going to take our wing case and fold that over. And the reason you cut the wing case wider is when you pull it, it tends to get pull together and get smaller. And then when you go ahead and tie it down, it will shrink even just a little bit more. I'm going to pull that, and I'm tugging that to try to get that pulled down into underneath that bead. Give it 2 or 3 wraps, and then put a couple of wraps in front of it. And then we're going to go ahead and cut that off nice and close. Now if you have a lot of thread exposed, you could go ahead and put a little bit more dubbing on the thread and whip finish. And if you don't, just go ahead and whip finish that once, twice, 3 times. When you're whip finishing on a bead, make sure that this part is towards the back, because if you get it to the front, you're going to slide it over the bead and end up with your whip finish in front of the bead, and that's not good. So you hold it towards the rear, and that will ensure that your knot gets in back of that bead. We're going to go ahead and trim this, and then we're going to add some head cement, or you can go ahead and put a little bit of your UV cure on there, kind of make it look like it's got an air bubble on there. Just going to use the head cement on this one this time. Put some on the wing case, and then right back at the bead. Help it to get down inside there. And here we have a golden nugget. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsors. Leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.